Wobbity without do do day, wobbity without do do day, wobbity without do do day, ooh do 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 do, wobbity without do do day, wobbity without do do day, wobbity without do do day, wobbity without day, ooh wobbity without do do day, 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 wobbity without do do day. Wow, but dee ba doo ba doo 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 dee doo dee woo dee da dee dee da doo day da da dee dee da doo day da dee da doo 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 da dee da dee dee day woo da dee da dee day doo doo da doo 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 woo do da dee dee da dee day do da dee doo da day do da dee doo doo da dee da doo day wow dee without do do day wobbly without do do day, wobbly without do do day, do da 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 day, yeah, day day da dee do 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 dee do do, dee 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 do 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 dee dee da dee dee day, ooh. Da dee dee day, wobbly without do do 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 day, da dee da do da day, woo, da dee da do da day, da do da do da do da do, wobbly without do do day, woo, wobbly without do do day, wobbly without do do day, wabba boo boo buddy but do 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 day. Wobbly without do do day, wobbly without do do day, wow 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 wow, do da da dee do dee day, do 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 dee, wobbly do do dee day, do da da dee do dee day, wobbly without do do da day, yay 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 yay. Woo! Woo! Do. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone who might be watching in the future. What I class as the future in my normal human way of speaking, to put it like that. Yeah, day. Yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Wow, be ba boo ba dum ba zum ba dum ba dum dum day. Oh, ba da do da da dee da do da day. Feel like talking my own language in a way. I kind of have my own language. I've got my that language. I've got that language, you could say. Anyway, here I am in the now. Wow, wow, wow. I am here improvising. Woo, I'm here. Woo, improvising in the now. Hello, hello, hello. Into the future I'm talking to. I'm talking to you who's into the future, who is kind of inside of the future. But we're all in the big now anyway. But yeah, here we are kind of together in a way. Yeah, because I believe sometime exactly you, that individual that you are watching me, and lots of other individuals as well. But I'm just speaking to you each as individuals, so I'm just focusing on each one of you, if you know what I mean. I have to think of it like that. I was just given that as an advice, basically. Um, well, I was given as an advice. I was given the advice to think that when I'm talking into the camera, that I'm talking to people that's kind of inside of that camera. Well, it wasn't said like that, but it was kind of indirectly said like that. But anyway, there was this guy I was watching on a YouTube video today. He was having a very interesting YouTube video that was very beneficial and helpful for me. It was inspiring and very good. And it was about making YouTube videos. And one of the tips was to think about your viewers as if they are there looking at you, because even though I can't see you all in my now moment here and I'm filming, I believe that this will be put into a YouTube video and that some people in the future will be watching me. And you who are watching this now in your now moment, which I think you are at some point, I'm just gonna have to think about you as you. How should I put it? Sorry, I lost it a bit now, but anyway, you're gonna be you watching me, and I just believe that there are gonna be people at some point watching me in this particular video I'm doing now, even if I don't put it on YouTube, I could just put it out to some family people and show some family people this recording, But whoever it is going to watch it. They're all going to be someone who's going to be present in their now moment, and they're going to look at me. Well, hopefully, you are all, whoever you are watching this in the future, I'm speaking to you now, you individual watching me now in your now moment. and everyone else like that, I'm just speaking to all of you, all my audience, to put like that. Well, maybe you aren't fully present, so that's the thing, yeah. Are you gonna be fully present? Are you fully present with me now? Woo! I hope you are. Yeah, da-dee-da-dee-day. So the thing is, I'm kind of, traveling into the future to you. I'm visiting your life in a way by being here on this video and talking to you. And you'll see me at one point. Maybe you're sitting in your living room. Maybe you're sitting in your bedroom. Maybe you're sitting in your bathroom. I don't know where you're sitting anyway. Oh, I'm getting some crazy thoughts here. Woo-hoo-hoo! But dee-ba-da-ba-doo-ba-day. Do-do-do-do. Go away. Oh no, I don't have to tell them to go away. It wasn't anything dramatic in a way. It was something funny for me anyway. Something I just thought about. I just thought about something that was funny, but it's nothing I want to share. But yeah. Oh yeah. There's so many things that can happen both in life and in our fantasies or in our imagination or whatever to call it. Things going on in our minds, And sometimes we make these crazy ideas, or we have these crazy ideas or envisionings or something like that we just find funny ourselves, and not everyone else would necessarily find it funny. Anyway, I'm just here in the now, and actually I should ideally not be talking a lot to you now and not recording a lot. Oh, 707, I got there. Woo! Well, that's brilliant. Ooh, 0711, I got there. So the thing is, I've been filming for 7 minutes and 7 seconds when I said I got 0707. I really like numbers. If you have been watching my channel a lot or completely, and you've watched absolutely all my videos, then you will know that I'm a woman who likes numbers, especially certain numbers. Sorry. I like numbers that are unique. I like numbers that are special in some kind of way. Like I like angel numbers, like 555, 777, and 222. And maybe they can mean something to you, and I'm saying them to you now in your now moment. When you're listening to it, we're kind of here together, and when you're hearing all this, maybe you needed to hear those angel numbers that I just said to you. Maybe they can be a confirmation to you for something that you're dealing with or that's going on in your life, to put it like that. But anyway, I like those, yeah. And I like symmetrical numbers, like 12:21, when you say that the clock is 12:21 or something like that. Right now it's 12:48, by the way, at this moment in time. Well, put it like that. If I'm going to put a clock thing on my time experience, if I'm going to say what the clock is saying that the time is, but time is a very interesting and complex and complicated matter in my view, and I think we don't fully understand it, most of us, and maybe none of us human beings understand it fully at the moment. But anyway, I believe that there is this thing going on where we don't fully understand the way we are existing and living, because I believe that we are all in some kind of a big now moment, some kind of eternal now, and that everything is happening all at once, and that if we could have just seen things from the outside, to put it like that, like I believe God's source as a spirit can do, to put it like that. I believe we all are God's source as a soul when we are a living soul, but I believe that we don't always manage to experience things exactly the way the core essence of God's source does, if you know what I mean. And all the angels and every divine forces, those who are in their divine um um in their divine shape, to put it like that, but who hasn't gone into a human form. God's source has gone into a human form through us who are living souls with a human body, in my view. And because we have a human form, we have some limitations. So we are experiencing how it is to be a human, but at the same time, we are divine because our soul is divine. And it's kind of complicated because, um, I can't, at least the normal thing is that I can't just suddenly go outside and start flying up in the air. But I believe, when it comes down to it, when I can do it with my divine powers. Do you know what I mean? So this might sound really crazy for you, but I'm just trying to get some points across anyway. But I believe that with my divinity, uh, if I was like very, very absorbed in my divinity and none of my thoughts were limiting me, I think I somehow could have just decided, okay, I'll just fly up in the air now, and I just started flying like a bird. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I think that is the case because I think that must be the case since God's source is God's source, and I am God's source as a soul. So through me, God's source can do great stuff. But I believe that often when we are here, us human beings are here as a living soul and as an expression of God's source in that way, but at the same time have a human body that we are kind of contained in, or that our soul is either inside or around. I'm not sure where the soul is. I've been hearing different versions of that. I mean, I've been hearing it talked about in different ways this issue of the soul, because some people are saying you are a human body with a soul inside of you. And I've also heard it said the soul actually is outside of our body, surrounding our body. So it's like our body is inside our soul. But anyway, however it is, wherever the soul is positioned physically, at least I can tell you this. When we are a human, no, sorry, when we are a living soul in a human form or with a human form, we are here with a human body. And that body limits us. And I think it's also the point, actually. Do you know what I mean? That because God's source wanted to be limited in that way when God's source came to earth through us human beings who he slash she, if you want to call it a she, expresses himself slash herself through. And the thing is that we we can't do everything with our human bodies that we normally could have done. I mean, how should I put it? Oh, it's a bit complicated, this, but I think, like, in the rawest sense, in a way, in the, like, when it all boils down to it, my soul could have overridden my human limitations and done something miraculous and just made me fly up in the air, I believe. I mean, our soul could have made it happen, I think, but I think I would have had to have worked a lot on my human thoughts and really, uh, try to win over any kind of limiting thoughts and limiting beliefs. It's all to do with beliefs, I think. At least a lot of stuff is to do with beliefs, because when you're thinking, and that goes in general for us human beings, I think. When you're thinking or believing inside of you, oh, I can't do that, or that's too difficult for me. Like, if you've been told to have a speech on your in your school, maybe you're a teenager, for example, and you've been told to hold a speech for your class, or you're a young teacher and you're going to have a lecture for the first time for your students, um, at a university, for example, if you've never worked at a university before, for example, and maybe it all seems scary whether you're a teenager or a teacher who is in their 20s, for example, and who's going to have a speech in front of a crowd or a big audience for the first time, then you can easily think to yourself a negative thought that is a limiting belief that is saying, oh, I can't do that, or that's too scary for me, or that's too much for me, or something like that, or people will laugh at me, or something like that. Just lots of negative thoughts. You can say that to yourself inside your mind, and the mind is really powerful. The mind is really important. But if you're saying negative thoughts to yourself inside of you, if you're thinking negatively about yourself or telling negative things to yourself, it's like you are basically having limiting beliefs and you're putting yourself down or something like that. And it's really not good. And those limiting beliefs can actually hinder you from actually doing what you are fully capable of doing. Because there's nothing that hinders you in reality if you're going to think neutrally, you know. Try to think in a logical and neutral way for a moment with me. Try to follow me on this one because I'm trying to give you a good example here. So if you, for example, are just thinking apart from what you normally think, if you're thinking negatively about a situation like holding a speech in front of a crowd, if you normally are thinking negatively inside of you about it, and maybe you're fearful and you feel afraid of doing it, and you're worried what would happen, and you're worried and think maybe I can't do it, or maybe you're even thinking as strongly as I can't do it. A strong, a strong, as strong a statement as that. Yeah. But anyway, if you actually just put that to the side for a while and you're just thinking to yourself, so just neutrally and logically and sensibly speaking, would I actually be able to do this? Do I have a mouth that can talk words? Can I speak? Or am I not able to speak? If you're someone who are able to speak and you know a language that you can use, then you're able to speak in front of people. And you can also think to yourself, am I able to walk up to that stage if you need to walk up to a stage? Am I able to do that physically? Do I have legs I can walk with? If you are able to do that, you can say, yes, I can do that. Are you in a wheelchair? You can think to yourself, is there someone that can help me to get up to that stage by maybe putting me into a lift and letting the lift take me up, or somehow lifting me up physically, like two people lifting you out of your wheelchair and lifting you onto the stage and into your wheelchair, for example, something like that. You can think about all these in a logical way. And if you know that, well, there's nothing that is hindering you if you're trying to think neutrally in a neutral way about the situation, well, then there shouldn't be anything that hinders you. Do you know what is hindering most people often? In these kind of situations, and in lots of situations, do you know what it is? It is fear. And fear is not a good thing. And fear is not of God's source. Fear is not a good thing. And it's nothing we are meant to live with or live out of. And we're not meant to be working or operating out of fear. We are meant to be operating out of love. Woo, yeah. We are meant to be loving ourselves, and we are meant to love each other and love people around us, put it like that. And we are meant to believe in ourselves. We're meant to think positively about ourselves. And the thing is also that you're actually meant to use your divine powers to help you. In my view, you are. Yeah, because we are divine as a living soul. So you can actually live from your divinity and let your divinity in your soul help you in your human body. I mean, you can let it help you to actually use your human resources like your brain and your looks and whatever you've got going for you, to put it like that. But yeah, everything. Also your speech, your listening skills, your body, everything you've got, you can let your divinity and your strength as a divine soul help you. You can let it all help you. You can let your divinity, help you. Yeah, so you can let your divinity help you to live in a very good, strong way and to live as a divine human. So you don't only do typical human things, and you're not letting any fear hinder you. If you do feel any fear, you're going against it. You can go against it. You can go against it with love. Love conquers it. So you can just love yourself, love people around you, fill your heart with love, keep on loving yourself, keep on receiving love from God's source. Remember you are loved. Receive it, believe it and receive it. Say it to yourself. Thank God's source for it, that He loves you. Thank the angels that they're loving you. Thank all the divine forces that they're loving you. Thank the universe. You can say, if you believe in the universe or you prefer using the expression of the universe to do with the divine, you can say, thank you, universe, that you love me and you will support me. The universe is on your side, you see. Cosmos is on your side. And God's source is on your side. Yeah, God's source wants the best for us all and is love, and we are love. We are made up of love, and we are an expression of love. We are an expression of God's source. All of us, all those living souls. Yeah, but actually, I was also going to say this a while ago, some minutes ago, and I didn't come around to it. But ideally, I shouldn't be talking so much here because I'm actually in the middle of a creative process to do with another project. and I need to get back into that soon. But yeah, the thing was, I was in the middle of this project situation I was dealing with something else, another project, and I suddenly, sorry, some impro song came to me. I mean, suddenly, I got some kind of an impro flow. I got into this impro flow where I was just starting to improvise and sing in the spur of the moment, or on the spur of the moment. Anyway, I decided to record what I'd been receiving in the middle of what I was in that situation I was in. I mean, and then I just went from there and started talking to you. And then, wow, I've been just chatting away and talked a lot and got in the flow. And I'm here being me, perfectly imperfect, but being my magical self and quite messy in a way. At least sometimes my life is a bit messy, and I've got mess in my life in some ways. Things aren't perfect in my life, but I'm still being me, and I'm still being free, and I'm being me, being free in the now, day. Yeah, I'm being me. I'm being here in the now, in the unknown, creating something new, something that hasn't existed before. I'm here in the now, being me, free as me, being free as me, Ruth Kristin. But Ruth Kristin is actually just the character of who I am in this live stream. I believe I've lived in many, many live streams before, me as a soul, and my soul has a different name, I believe. But anyway, uh, I'm just anyway, to make it easy, I'm just using my name that I'm using in this human live stream, and I'm not complicating matters by saying, oh, I've got also this other name or something like that. I actually don't know it at the moment, but I'm wanting to find out what my soul name is. Yeah, I know about a way I can find out about it. So I want to try and do that at some point. Just haven't come around to it. I'm very, very open with you now. I'm very, very open with you now. I'm extremely open with you now. And I'm very, very honest here. Yeah, but anyway, so the thing I was going to say as well is that, yeah, I do look tired. Yeah, and well, I wasn't going to make a big point of that, but I do look tired. So I'm sorry about that in a way, because I don't prefer it, and it's not my ideal way of presenting myself to the world to show that I'm looking tired. I'm not looking at my best in my view, but still, in a way, I'm looking at my best. I'm looking at my best in the way of being imperfectly, no, of being imperfect. I'm very good at looking imperfect, you could say. Anyway, I am looking as the version of me that is in this now. I'm just showing you the now version of me. So the version of me in this now moment. And in this now moment, I am not looking perfect in my view, but I'm perfectly imperfect. Yeah, and my look is perfectly imperfect, you could say. Yeah, but it's not so bad, you could say. Oh, well, I couldn't say it anyway. I think, I mean, well, I could have looked even more tired. I could have looked worse, to put it like that. But it's not so bad today. It's yeah, it's better than some other days. But yeah, the thing is, anyway, I'm just here in the now, and I'm chatting away. But yeah, like I said, I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of another process, sorry, another creative process. Yeah, it's really interesting, and yeah, it's a really nice, interesting process. Yeah, very interesting, very good, creative project process where I'm dealing with a creative project. I'm creating something, and it will be so nice when I'm finished with it. But I really need to get on with that soon. And I just came on here to I think I just saw 2332, by the way. Anyway, I just came on here to record this impro that came to me, and I thought I could also just start talking to my potential future viewers in case I was going to put this on YouTube. So yeah, in case I am going to put this on YouTube, which I think I will, and which I normally do these days with video recordings I make like this, I'm talking to you as if you're watching me. And I do hope that whoever you are, which I believe you are, I believe there are existing viewers watching me at some point in the future, and I'm kind of talking to them now because I'm kind of in the now. I'm kind of in the future now. At least I'm creating my future in a way by making this video. Well, that's partly how I'm creating my future, because I'm creating something that I can put into the future, and something that can be watched in the future, in what I class as the future. In that thing that we all use, in that, in that thing we call the future, in our human experience of time is something linear from A to B, you could say. But I believe that time isn't really like that, and that time is some kind of an illusion, and that things aren't that way. we experience it like that as human beings. We perceive it as that, as if things are happening like that, from A to B. But yeah, I think that's not really how it is, and that we can't fully comprehend that. I don't think we, at least most of us, can fully comprehend how this time issue really works, how this time thing really works. But anyway, so when I've kind of traveled into the future through this video, which I kind of have now already in a way, because it's all happening all at once, I believe, and you're kind of watching me now, but I don't perceive it as the same now moment as I'm in now in my human experience of things. But anyway, because in my human experience, I see it like I'm gonna make this video, and I'm gonna, record this and then put it into a video program. I will put it into Microsoft Clipchamp and make it into a YouTube video there. If I'm gonna do that, if I'm gonna create it into or make it into a YouTube video, which I believe I will. And for me, it's something that seems like, it's going to happen one step at a time, one step after each other, and then eventually I'll publish this video and someone will watch it after that again. It's like it all seems to me like it's going to happen, after each other. So one thing happening first, and then one thing after that, and one thing after that again, and so on. Well, maybe that's not how it works. And I think maybe it works in a different way, the whole situation. So somehow, maybe that thing that I call the future already exists in a way, and you are already in that future, but at least in a way, you are already listening. At least if it's that way that I've been told it is, then you must be already listening in that way. You know what I mean? It's all complicated stuff there. This, and I'm not sure if I'm managing to get it all out to you, to explain it all the way I want to. And I'm not always sure what to think about it all myself sometimes, and I'm not always sure how to explain it all. Those thoughts I've got around these matters, but I'm thinking that if the future, when I use the word the future, I'm thinking, in my human way of talking, in the way I normally talk, and the way I've talked throughout my life up till recently, I've normally been thinking of, no, sorry, I've always been thinking of the future as something ahead of me, something that hasn't happened yet. And that's the normal way of using that expression. And maybe I haven't always thought of it exactly that way lately. Since I've become more complicated, I've been having more complicated thoughts in a matter of time over the last years, actually, some years, I think, maybe about 2 years. But anyway, I think it's been more than a year since I started thinking differently about time. Yeah, it has been. Yeah, it's been definitely more than a year, maybe more than 2 years, since I started realizing that time is a very complicated matter, and that it's not as easy as we're going from here to there. But anyway, let me see, where was I going to? So if I no, with that normal way of using that expression anyway, you can probably understand me when I'm using the expression the future in that way that is common amongst human beings on this planet, on Earth, on Gaia. You can also call it. You can call Earth Gaia. I don't know if you've heard that, but yeah. When I'm doing that, when I'm uh, thinking like that, right, in that typical human way of thinking, then I'm also thinking that if that thing, now with my new views to do with time, I'm thinking that if that thing that I normally would class as the future, something that in my experience hasn't happened yet, then uh, oh, sorry, I lost it a bit now. I lost the thread of, I lost the flow of things. Sorry. What I'm trying to say is that, with my new view that the future is already existing in a way, because it's everything just happening all at once, the past, the present, and the future, and it's not really the past and the present and the future. Those things don't really exist because we've only got the now, and that's how I believe now things are, that we have only got the now. And what we experience as the past, we can't jump into that. And what we perceive as the future, we can't jump into that either. We can just stay in the now all the time. But we perceive it in our human experience as if we've done things before, like yesterday and last month and last year. It's something that we call the past. And we also perceive it as if there are things ahead of us. But what if it's like I've been told that everything is just happening all at once? And I think it's difficult for most of us to wrap our head around that, to really grasp that idea and that concept. But I believe that somehow that's how it works. But I don't feel like I fully understand it myself. But I find this topic and these matters really interesting, these time matters that I'm telling you about, and the topic of time. I'm finding it really interesting myself. Yeah. But anyway, what I'm trying to say, or what I want to say, is also that if that thing that we call the future, that kind of doesn't exist, but in a way exists, if it's already here, to put it like that, the future, what I normally call the future, then you already are watching me. I mean, then you're kind of watching me right now, and anyway, it's just all happening now. So I mean, yeah, so in that way you are really watching me now. Do you know what I mean? So if I'm going to think in that new type of way of thinking to do with time, I can actually think of it like, I mean, as if this was a live show and you're watching me. In a way, it's the same thing. Yeah, I hope you understand me, but I know it's complicated stuff and that maybe it's difficult to understand it all, but I do understand myself anyway. I've just understood what I've tried to say and get across to you now anyway. I've understood it myself anyway. Yeah, and yeah, that's good anyway. Yeah, but wow, I am talking a lot, and unfortunately, I am giving myself less time for that creative project I was going to work on. So I really need to go back to that. I've been just dealing with it a little bit today, but yeah, I'm gonna do more on that, deal more with that creative process that I'm in. That is a secret for now, towards my viewers. But yeah, we'll tell you all about it. Oh, 1313 there. Woo! Very nice. I'll tell you all about that secret project that I'm dealing with these days, when I've created something. Where I've got, you could say, a project or a thing. I've got something concrete anyway. When I've got something concrete, that's what I'm trying to say, then I can tell you, look, I made this thing. I can tell you what I made. I mean, I can tell you about what I made. Yeah, I can tell you about what I made. Yeah. Wow, that's going to be so nice. Yeah. I'm going to be proud about it, and I'm going to be happy to share about what I've made. And I think you will all be happy for me, and many people will be happy for me, I think. And yeah, I'll be really pleased when I've completed this creative project that I'm often dealing with these days, and I will be proud of myself for having completed it. Yeah, it's really important to be creative and create what you want to create, and to also to be proud of yourself when you have completed a task and created something. But also in general, when you've created a completed task, whether you've created something or not, it's good to be proud of yourself and your own achievements. And it's also good to create goals for yourself. And one idea I think is very good is to create what do you call it? Set, minor goals. I'm trying to say that you can use your big goal, your main goal, and you can divide it into sub goals. So, for example, if you want to move in 3 months' time to another flat, then your goal can be that within the first month, you're going to find a new flat to move into, and you're also going to pack down 1/3 of your flat, for example. That could be your two sub goals for the first month, and then you could have some goals for the second month, where, for example, on the second month, you're going to pack down the second uh, of three parts, to put like that. What do you call that? So 2/3, yeah, sorry, 2/3 of your flat. And maybe you're also going to go and view a lot of flats if you haven't still found a flat. Or maybe, oh no, sorry, the goal was to find a flat within the first month. Sorry, something is coming in my way. Um, but yeah, if you have a new flat, then if you've reached your target of finding a flat within the first month, then you can just focus on getting ready to move. But maybe you want to do something like investigating um, what kind of cultural options and spare time activities you can engage in your new place. You could do that, for example, that could also be a sub goal in your second month. And in the third month, your goal could be to get hold of a transport solution for moving your items to your next flat. That could be one sub goal. And another sub goal could be to pack down the last bit of your flat. So, to make sure that the whole flat has been packed down. I mean, all your items have been packed down. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not always talking perfect English here. And remember, it's not my mother tongue. So, that's one of the reasons. Yeah. I'm a pretty woman, I believe. Woo! I was just looking at myself there at the screen now. I just found myself to be looking pretty. And it's 13:17. I was just turned 13. No, sorry. 13:17 because I just saw some seconds ago that it was 13:16. But anyway, yeah, I'm allowed to have good thoughts about myself, and you might think this is a bit strange. I'm saying I'm looking pretty, but I'm allowed to say things like that. I'm allowed to say good, positive things about myself, even on a video like this, if I want to. I'm just being me, being spontaneous in the now, and I'm being free, and I'm allowed to say exactly what I want to say about myself, and I've got free speech. And if I think I'm pretty, I'm allowed to say that to the world. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm usually not saying anything like that. It was just a one off, you could say, because I'm usually not talking about what I believe about myself to do with my looks. Um, but I'm blessed in many ways, and I'm blessed with my looks as well, in my view. And anyway, as I said, I don't believe it's anything wrong, or maybe I didn't say that, but anyway, I don't believe it's anything wrong in me saying that I'm looking good or pretty or something like that. And actually, I think it would be good if we all were saying things like that about ourselves, because it's really good if you're seeing good things about yourself. Like if you're seeing that you're good at playing football, or you're good at volleyball or handball or anything like that. Basketball. Wow, I'm just saying a lot of ball things now. Yeah, but yeah, maybe you think you're good at cooking. Maybe you think you're good at writing. Maybe you think you're good at creating something, like creating YouTube videos. Maybe you think you're good at just being yourself, or maybe you think you're good at kissing your spouse. Maybe you think you're good at being a bit crazy. Whatever it is, you can just say to yourself, I'm good at this and that. Whatever you think you're good at, you can just say that to yourself. I am good at this and that. I mean, I'm good at, and then fill in the blank. You can fill in whatever fits for your situation that you want to say about yourself. And it doesn't have to be just one thing, it can be many things, because usually we are good at many things. I think we are always good at many things, actually. Yeah. Yeah. But also, you can speak well about yourself. It's really good, it's really important. And also, a way of helping yourself and to build yourself up is to go and look into your mirror, and you could talk to the mirror version of yourself. You can see it like someone there. It's kind of yourself you're talking to, but at the same time it's not 100% yourself. At least it doesn't look 100% as yourself, because you're seeing yourself the mirror way, so you're not seeing yourself the way everyone else is seeing you. uh, so yeah, it's not 100% the same. So you could just call it your mirror version, for example. And you could say, for example, hello, my mirror version. Or just call it something else if you want to give it another name. But it is a bit like meeting someone. And I've had some very cool experiences sometimes when I've been looking at myself in the mirror and talk to myself in the mirror. Yeah. Wowdy dowdy, yeah, I've had some cool, interesting experiences, yeah. And I've got my own secret things going on, like to do with that thing. But anyway, I'll give you an idea of something you can do that I've tried doing. It is to talk to myself in the mirror, and it is to say positive things to yourself, like, you've done a good job with this thing, and yeah, whatever it is, and you can say what it is, and you can praise yourself, and you can also say, today I'm going to have the best day ever, or just have a good day today, and just, just talk to yourself as if you are there on the other side when you're looking at yourself in the mirror. That's the way it basically is, that even though you don't look exactly the way you look for others when they see you, because you're seeing yourself the mirrored way, it's still you. So it can be, so you can also think of it like you inside of the mirror, and you can talk to yourself, and you can say nice things to yourself, and encourage yourself, and say, today you're going to have a very good day, or today I'm going to have a very good day. And you can vary how you put things, and you can even make appointments with yourself, like say, today you need to go to bed early, or something like that. Whatever you want to do. Yeah, I've done things like that, and I can recommend it. It's cool, I like it, and it's very, very nice, and it's like you're creating your own little secret world with yourself, and with your mirror version, and your mirrored creation that's in the mirror. It's an own world in there, in a way. Yeah. Yeah, I was told some years ago, not so long ago, maybe 2, 3 years ago, that mirrors are portals, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. So I believe that it's very important that we are treating our mirror version in a good way, and we're saying good things to ourselves, and also, if you want to put it differently, to our mirrored version. Yeah. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with mirror stuff, to put it like that. Yeah. Yeah. I hope you're enjoying watching this video, whoever you are watching, whoever you are who is watching this in the future, and that you're getting some things out of it, and that I'm inspiring you. I hope I'm building you up, and encouraging you, entertaining you, and giving you new thoughts to think about, and things like that. I just really hope I am contributing in a really good way to your life, because I want to do that. Yeah, I really want to do that. I want to be shining my light and be me, and live in the now, and create in the unknown, which I'm doing now. And I want to be meaning something for people who are watching me in the future. Yeah. Yeah. I've got a butterfly t-shirt on top of a jumper today. Yeah. So I've got this jumper underneath, and then I've got a t-shirt on, so you can see it's like that. Yeah. It's a loose hanging t-shirt, but it's really nice. And yeah, I like butterflies, by the way. That's why I got this jumper, no, this t-shirt some years ago. Yeah, it's not new, but it hasn't been worn a lot, actually. It's almost as new, because I've worn it very seldom. Yeah. That's the thing. You don't have to wear your clothes very often if you don't want to, and you can have some clothes that you just wear seldom, and then they can last for many years. But in any case, you can just have your clothes as long as they're still nice for you. As long as you are still liking them, and as long as they're not worn out, and as long as they still fit you. Yeah. Yay. Anyway, yeah, I really need to go. Wowdy dowdy. I've been talking for a long time here, and kind of ruined my other project time. I've talked here when I was supposed to, at least the plan was, when the plan was to be working on another creative project, but hopefully I can just uh, kind of make up for it at some point. Hopefully I can manage to make up for it at some point. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I can manage somehow to kind of adapt to the situation. Yeah, sorry, to adapt to the situation in such a way that in the end, I can manage to get as much done on that other project, on that other, sorry, creative project, um, as I think would be ideal. Yeah. And unfortunately, I was late in bed again last night, so I have to do better tonight. And I'm trying to go to bed early, because I haven't had enough sleep lately. And I had a crazy morning situation today, because I woke up in the morning really, really early. Oh, by the way, I had a cat visiting me last night, as you may have seen. Well, if you're following my channel and you're watching all my videos, and this recording I'm doing now has become a video, a YouTube video, which I think it will become, well, then you've probably seen that last night I had a cat visiting me. Oh, I actually had two cats visiting me for a while, and I made some little shorts videos about those two cats visiting me at the same time. But for a long time anyway, I just had one cat. First, it was here for quite a while, and then in the middle of the night when I still hadn't gone to bed, and this cat that had visited me, that had come to visit me, had been asleep for a while. Then this second cat came, one of those cats that have been visiting me now and then. And that was one that had been visiting me a lot lately, that second cat that came. And that cat was so curious about the first cat. Yeah, wow. I got a bit worried sometimes because it was so close to that other cat that was lying on the sofa behind me sleeping. It was so close sometimes that I got worried. What is it going to do? Is it going to go and do something to it? Because it was sometimes really close. It was just slowly getting closer and closer, and sometimes a couple of times at least, where I remember it. I think it was a couple of times. Yeah, especially one time anyway. But it was, I think there was two times it was getting really close to it, when, as if it was investigating it and what was going on. It seemed just very, very curious anyway, that second cat. But the good thing was it never did anything to that other cat and just left it alone. But it was like observing the situation quite a lot and just seemed to be trying to find out what was going on. And I think it was surprised to find another cat here because that's never happened to that cat, and it's a teenager cat. And that teenager cat has never experienced seeing another cat here when it has visited me before, so it was probably surprised. But also, when it had looked a lot at this first cat that had come for a while, and the last time it had looked a lot at it and had come really close to it, maybe even sniffed on it right next to it, but it had really been close to it anyway. I'm not sure how close it was, but I remember seeing it was very close. But whether it actually touched it or not, I don't know. But after that, this second cat, the teenager cat that had arrived later than the first one, it actually started moving away and going up to the window. And I was wondering what's going on. Does it want to leave or what? And it looked towards the other cat sometimes. It looked back towards the other cat sometimes as it was getting closer to the window. And even when it stood at the window, well, maybe it was only one time on the way to the window, but it was at least one time on its way to the window. Yeah, I'm sorry if I've said something wrong, but it's all an accident in that case. But it was at least that time, and also when it was right next to the window. I mean, at least when it was on its way towards the window, one window, it was next to my kitchen bench. I mean, that window next to the kitchen bench, I meant. Yeah. So at least on the way there, the cat was turning back towards the first cat. And also when it stood near the window, it was turning back. So at least twice it looked back towards that other cat. It was like it was kind of observing, and it was, I just got the impression that this cat is understanding that that the second cat was understanding that the first cat was sleeping, and it was as if it was thinking, I think it's enough that this cat is here, or that there's one cat here and we don't need to be two cats here. It was as if it was thinking something like that. I just got that impression from the cat yesterday. I mean, last night. Yeah, I just got the impression that it was feeling like it wasn't best for it to be here, to stay here, and that it was better for it to leave. It was as if it thought it was enough. I had one cat visiting me, and then I asked it, and I made a YouTube film while this was going on. I mean, I made a little shorts video while this thing was going on that I'm about to tell you about, that I've started telling you about. I asked the cat while I was filming, do you want to go now, or something like that? And then soon after that, I opened the window for the cat, and then it left me, and yeah, obviously wanted to go. It seemed like it wanted to go, to leave me, and it did. It did want that, I mean, obviously, because in the end it did leave me. But I did something new after that, because I decided to let that first cat that had also visited me several times before to stay. I decided to just let that cat stay overnight. I mean, that first cat that had come and that was lying asleep, because it was just lying there and sleeping so beautifully, so sweetly. And I had also made a little video about it sleeping, actually, and I called it Sleeping Beauty, that little video about it. You can watch it on my channel. It's a little shorts video on my channel. So if you go into my channel page, you will see that video, and you can also see the other videos that I made to do with these cat visits that I had last night. But yeah, in the end, I decided I'll just leave this cat alone and let it sleep here overnight. And I just wanted to test it out and see how it would go, because I really just didn't want to wake up that cat because it was just lying, sleeping so nicely. So I decided to leave it alone. I let it sleep on my sofa, and I went to bed in the middle of the night because I was very, very delayed, and I went to bed really late. But when I finally had gone to bed, I made sure right before that my door to my bedroom was open. So I knew that anytime the cat could show up. And I just didn't know what would happen, if I would be woken up in the middle of the night or not, but I was just willing to risk it anyway. And then this morning, very early this morning, suddenly I heard the cat that was visiting me meowing, and it came into my room. I just heard it coming into my room. Well, I realized, sorry, that it had arrived or was coming into my room, because I suddenly heard the meowing, and I think I heard the meowing when it had already entered my room. But anyway, I woke up by the cat, the way I remember it. The way I remember it, I actually woke up by that, by the cat coming. And then the cat actually soon after it had come into my bedroom, I noticed that it actually jumped into my window, my bedroom window, into my windowsill. And then I went over to the windowsill, and I opened the window for the cat, and I let it out because it obviously wanted to go out. It was meowing, yeah. And then I went back to bed, and I can't remember all what happened now, but it was, I think that was, oh, actually, I think that was in the middle of the night, this thing. No, wait a minute. No, it was early morning. Yeah, I'm not totally sure how early it was now. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I think it was some minutes before 5 o'clock this morning. Yeah. Oh, I think actually I just got up. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got up then because I was feeling fully awake after the cat had woken me up. And then I was also feeling around the same time, or soon after the cat had gone, that I was hungry. And I decided to stay up for a while and have my second sleep phase later, because you can divide your night into two phases and have one sleep phase first, and then have a break and be awake for a while, and then have another round of sleeping that you can call your second sleep phase. Yeah. And by the way, peace. That's the symbol for peace, at least to some people. Yeah. And some people used to be joking with that, and they put it behind people like that when I grew up on photos. But anyway, I mean, some people did that when people didn't notice that. Yeah. But anyway, so the thing is that I had this time of staying awake, and I did different things, and I had early breakfast, you could call it, but in a way it was night food. But anyway, after being up for how long was it again? Oh, it was about 2 hours actually. I went back to bed again. I think it was just right before 7 o'clock. But anyway, I went back to bed again, and I did get some more sleep, and that was good because I had only slept for a short amount of time and not enough. Not enough. No, definitely not enough. Then I got some more sleep, and then I got up later in the morning today. So it was all a bit crazy. It was a very unique and crazy night, you could say. Well, a bit unique and crazy night. And maybe it wouldn't have happened if that cat wasn't visiting me. But I think most likely I would have woken up early at some point and felt hungry in any case, because I did feel hungry around that time when the cat had woken me up. No, well, yeah, around the time you could say, but it was, I think, just a little bit after the cat had woken me up that I started feeling the hunger. Anyway, I really need to move on with my day and do other things soon, but it was no, sorry. It's been nice to talking to you, whoever you are, and you're precious and you're special and you're loved, highly loved by the divine forces, by all good sources, to put it like that. Yay, that was rhyming as well. Yeah, I like to rhyme sometimes. Oh, and I was reading a poem for you. Well, for those of you, if any of you were watching a video that I was recording last night, one that will be a part, I mean, in one recording that will be a part of a YouTube video I'm planning on making. Sorry, excuse me. But yeah, I was watching What am I saying? Sorry, I lost it there. What was I going to say? No, I was recording a YouTube video where I was reading actually two poems. Did I say a poem? Sorry if I just said a poem. Anyway, I ended up reading actually two poems. Yeah. I'm using that symbol again. Hey, hey, peace and love. But also, I do mean it. I want to show you peace and love. Peace and love. I prefer doing something like that. But yeah, I want to share peace and love with you. I mean, I send you peace and I send you love. Woo! Yay. But yeah, I was, what I'm going to say. Sorry, what am I going to say? What was I going to say? Yeah, what was it again? What was it again? It was something to do with that. Oh, yeah, so I was recording a video where I was making where I was reading two poems for you. I was translating them um, as I was filming myself, and it was from Norwegian to English. So I read them as an English version of my own poems. I mean, I read those as an English version, each of them, each of those poems of mine. Yeah. But anyway, excuse me, I'm just going to remove a memory stick so I don't get all that distracting noise going on. Sorry about that. But yeah, so anyway, so I did that and I just was reminded that a little while ago that I was reading some poems and I thought to myself, that I was reading some poems for the future viewers, to put it like that, of that recording I was making last night. And if you are one of those who are following my channel and are watching all my videos, or most of them, you might have watched that recording where I did that thing, where I was reading those poems as I was talking about. That video I've just been talking about. Maybe you, exactly you I'm talking to now. To now. Yeah, maybe all of you I'm talking to now. To now. Oh, sorry, I'm messing it up with my English sometimes. I'm just having accidents in my talking sometimes. Maybe it's because I'm tired. But anyway, maybe you, the exact you as an individual who are watching this, and maybe all of you who are watching this, have watched that particular video I'm on about. I mean, the one where I was reading two poems. That was the first time ever that I was reading poems inside of one of my YouTube videos, actually. Yeah. And that was a really nice thing to do. But anyway, yeah, maybe you have watched that. So maybe you have already experienced me reading a couple poems. But I got the idea. That was what I was going to say. I got the idea some moments ago, not long ago, when I was filming in this time I'm in now, to put it like that, that I could do the same at the end of this recording. So I think I will just find a video. No, sorry, I think I'll just find a poem very soon now in the spur of the moment, here and now. I'm here and now, creating something in the unknown. Woo! I'm being in the now, in the unknown. And I'm creating something unknown, something that hasn't existed yet, and I'm just receiving what I need. And yeah, everything I need, it just comes to me in the now. Thank you, God Source. Woo! Thank you, universe. Thank you, all good forces that are giving me what I need. And thank you to my super conscious mind that also are giving me what I need in the now. Wow. But anyway, so I was just thinking that to myself, yeah, that I could just find another poem to read, and I think I'll just do that. I'll find another poem to read and read it very soon now, and that will be basically an ending. That will be a part of my ending of this particular recording I'm doing. And I think this recording will become, I just saw, 58, by the way. Yeah, I just saw 58. But anyway, I think this recording I'm doing now will become its own YouTube video, a YouTube video of its own. I believe it will be, yeah. But anyway, I'm just going to find a poem now. It's in this book. That is a notebook I've got that I used many years ago. And I think I'm just going to just open it like that without planning where to open it. So I've just randomly put my finger somewhere and I'm going to see what's here. And if I want to read something from here or not. But it turns out that was in the middle of the poem, so I'm not going to read that. So I'm going to turn over one page and see what comes. All right. Yeah. It came a video here. No, sorry, it came a poem here on this page I turn it on to. I'll do this one, yeah. This is good for if you're watching this in an evening time and you're going to go to bed soon. It's quite suitable for that, actually. But I did write it thinking of a particular friend of mine when I wrote it. I can reveal as much as that. Yeah, but anyway, I'm going to just translate it now on the spur of the moment. Yeah. It says, "Sleep well, my friend. Sleep sweetly and well. Then we'll see each other tomorrow, and we'll get to talk more then. I thank you for tonight, and I think of you still. Now I can dream about our future together. Good night, my friend." Yeah. So that was a romantic poem, basically. Yeah, that was romantic. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's nice with things like that, even though that sometimes poems like that are written. Oh wow! Ooh, it was 1:11. Wow! When I made that sound, wow! Ooh, 17 there on the end. So 1 minute and no, 1 hour and 1 minute and 17 seconds. Wow! But right before that, and I was just wanting to say that I saw it was 01:01, and then 01. I think I saw that. At least I saw 01:01 and then 10, and then I saw the 11 one. But the way I remember it, I saw the 01, when it was three 01s. So I mean the 01 on the end of that line of numbers. When that came, I believe I saw that one, yeah. But anyway, lots of cool numbers it was. But yeah, back to what I was going to say. So when, sorry, where was I? Where was I? Oh yeah, even though some of the text I've written, like I've written many poems in my life, and that one, for example, that I just read for you, even though some of these texts I've written are to do with someone that I was in love with or attracted to or something like that, and maybe never, uh, I mean, uh, I mean, sorry, I'll start again. Even though some of these poems that I made, like when I made a romantic poem in the past, even some of these poems I made in the past, like romantic poems, even though they've been to do with someone that maybe never became a boyfriend or that became a boyfriend or something else and just never, um, no, I mean, and then I had a breakup with that individual. So even if it's to do with someone in the past that was someone that never became my boyfriend, or if it's to do with someone that I went into a relationship with, but that I had some kind of a split with, it still is quite sweet and romantic to read those poems back, I think, even though they're not relevant for today. Do you know what I mean? I think they're still a bit sweet and romantic, those poems like that one I just read. And and now they can be used in this present now in different ways. Yeah, and maybe some of you wanted to use it, but then if you want to use it, then quote me, please, because otherwise it's wrong, because I've got the copyright for that poem. So don't pretend that you've written that poem, please, because it's my poem. Yeah, that's important. And I can prove it. I can prove it that I've got it written down. So, if you're posting a video and presenting that poem as if it's your poem, then I can give you a legal battle and prove that that poem I've just read, it's mine. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, hopefully there will be no one who's interested in copying any poems of mine and lying about them and saying that they are theirs when they're not. Yeah, hopefully no one will want to try to do anything like that towards me. And I recommend all of you to write your own poems if you're interested in poems and if you like writing. And you can write stories, you can write diary notes, you can write whatever you want to write. But just be you anyway, be free and live in the now and enjoy life. Yeah. Good night to you if you're in the middle of the night. Good day to you if you're in the middle of your day. Whatever it is for you, have a good time onwards. Remember, you can smash the like button. Button. Not button. You can smash the like button if you have liked this video. Well, the thumbs up button for liking it. I mean, for showing that you like it. And that would be really nice. And also, it's really nice if you want to give me a comment. Why don't you say to me whether you like writing poems or not? Or why don't you tell me if you have any cool memories or things happening to you, to put like that, to do with cats. Like maybe you've also got a cat of your own. I mean, maybe you've got a cat of your own. But anyway, you can also tell me if you've got a nice story to do with the concept of time, uh, or some nice, interesting philosophical thoughts to do with it, for example. Maybe you've got something else you want to tell me. Maybe you like butterflies like me. You know, whatever you want to tell me, please feel free. Yay. And please just share it with me, and then we can, you know, get to know each other a little bit, and we can have some engagement in that way. I would really like some engagement on my channel. That'd be really nice. But anyway, just be you anyway, and live freely as you, and just do what you feel called to do. Do what your heart calls you to do. Follow your heart and follow your intuition. And don't be afraid of being you. Just be you and be free and live the now as you. Yes, I love you all. Take care. Whoa, did I today? Woo. Take care. Have a good time onwards. And look after yourself. And you're welcome to join me in the next video from me. I'm going to put out after this one in the human experience of things, put it like that. But also, if you want to find some of those videos that are already presented on my channel that you haven't watched yet, just feel free to do that. And there are plenty of videos to choose from, because I got a whole load of them, especially when it comes to the shorts videos, the small ones. Got very, very many of them. Many hundreds. And I've uploaded in total over 1,800 videos now. Wow. I just found out the other day. Yeah. So, wow, that's really nice. And yeah, it's moving forward. My channel is gradually growing, and I'm gradually getting more and more subscribers. And if you want to subscribe, please subscribe. It's really nice if you want to subscribe to my channel. That's really nice. So just help yourself and click subscribe if you want to subscribe. And just take care and be you anyway. Have fun and enjoy your life and the human experience that you as a living soul are having. We are here to have fun with this human experience. Yeah, we're here to experience things, and life is a school. We are all in a school. Yeah, this is a school, or basically you could say it's a university, because we're learning things as if we are studying at a university. We keep on learning life lessons. That's what we do. We can learn each day actually, we can learn something every day. We can learn something new every day. We can learn from each other. We can learn from ourselves. We can learn from our experiences. We can learn from many things happening to us. We can learn in many ways. Yeah. And it's not just about knowledge in your mind. You can learn things to do with your heart, to do with your emotions, to do with your body. Yeah, in many ways you can learn things. Yeah. You can even learn about your intuition and how to follow your intuition. You can get better with following your intuition and your gut feeling, to put it like that. Yeah. And what else can I say before I'm ending it? I'm trying to end this, but it's not always easy for me to end it. So it easily ends up becoming a really long video like this one when I'm filming recordings like this. But I really also have to do some other creative work, to put it like that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna do it soon. But yeah, what else can I say? Anyway, I'm just being here, being me in the now, and I recommend you're just being you in the now and live freely as you in the now. That's my encouragement to you. Live freely as you in the now, in the unknown, and create something that doesn't exist, and create the magic of being you. Woo! Because only you can be you. I'm creating the magic of being me, and you can create the magic of being you. Yeah, absolutely. And what else? Is there anything else I want to say? I don't know. I just have a feeling there was something I wanted to say. But at least I've talked about my videos and my channel. Oh yeah, you can go to my channel to find all my videos. My channel is called Ruth Kristin Raw and Polished Shining My Light. Yeah, woo! Yay. And what else? Can I say anything else to you? Well, I love you as a friend in a way. Well, how to put it? I love you with God's love. Yeah, that's the best way of saying it. Yeah, but I want to be a human friend with all of people on this planet, all of the human beings on this planet, in the sense that, you know, I want us all to live in peace and harmony with each other. Yeah, and to be friends in that way. and not be enemies, and we need to get rid of all these wars and bad stuff going on. So let's live in peace. And it all starts with one. I mean, it starts with each and every one of us, you know what I mean? If each and every one of us are being loving and kind and peaceful with each other, like I'm trying to be with people around me, then that all helps, you know? It all creates a ripple effect. What you do matter. Everything you do counts. Yeah, counts, sorry. Everything counts. Whatever you're doing, it counts. For example, to creating a better world. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I'm here in the now, being me in the now, being free in the now. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, you can just go and check out my channel and see all the videos that are there to choose from if you want to watch some of my previous videos, to put it like that. But anyway, my plan is to just keep on filming, and I have told myself that I'm gonna film myself every day of the rest of the month. I decided that some days ago, and I've still got some days left of this month, and we're in March month today because it's the 27th of the 3rd. In 2025, in the Norwegian calendar system that I'm using right now. Well, I mean, in the calendar system that we're using in Norway right now. I don't think it's a Norwegian system. But yeah, you can just do that. You can actually, no, sorry, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to film myself. So you can expect that probably after you've watched this video, if this has become a YouTube video, there will probably become, sorry, there will be, no, sorry, there will probably come some more YouTube videos for you to watch. Where it is recordings from this month of March. Yeah, so probably you'll see more recordings from the month of March by me. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I hope you like my earrings. I like them myself anyway, and they suit my outfit in my view. Anyway, take care. Have a good day onwards. Have a good night onwards. Whatever it is for you. Take care. Love from me. I just really have to go. Take care. Bye.